Welcome to the introduction of the Amazon API Gateway service. This is the latest overview, which you can also use for the AWS Solutions Architect Associate exam by ABLEAD. In addition, we offer introduction of service categories, exam question explanations, and practicing of real exams on Udemy. Amazon API Gateway is a serverless service without fixed costs that acts as a front door for event-driven and serverless apps. It also offers simple API operation and management at any scale. You apply API Gateway for highly dynamic and infrequent workload architectures with on-premises and AWS web apps on integrated Lambda and other AWS services. Especially the highly scalable deployment and distribution of multiple integrated Lambda functions or user-based API requests makes it a fixed component of any serverless app architecture. With it, you can also build real-time two-way communication for chat apps, streaming dashboards, and notifications. Finally, developers can use it to quickly create APIs and manage its lifecycle. API Gateway can create REST, HTTP, and WebSocket APIs for you. REST APIs support more features, while HTTP APIs offer minimal features at lower costs. Both have caching to reduce back-end calls and latency. If you need to request rate throttling to protect from back-end traffic spikes or request validation, you choose REST APIs. In contrast, for serverless apps without needing management features but requiring lower latency and costs, you choose HTTP APIs. Furthermore, WebSocket APIs offer real-time bidirectional communication with a collection of routes with its API keys. Those API keys are also available for REST APIs to authorize external developers. As the last main feature, back-end integration with Lambda and other AWS services is supported by all APIs, whereas the RESTful APIs also integrates with HTTP web page. To build and test new versions in the API development lifecycle, API Gateway lets you operate multiple API versions and multiple stages without interruption. Stages define the path to access the deployment, with multiple stages for each API. With its stage variables, you define key value pairs for your API configuration to access in mappings and to be used to pass parameters to your Lambda or HTTP backend. Coming back to the already mentioned endpoints, you learn that with the REST API, you can configure the backend access. Both endpoints are regional, but REST API supports also edge-optimized for cross-regional CloudFront, and it supports also secure client access to private VPC subnets. Furthermore, if you want to restrict external developers' access to certain APIs, you declare it in the usage plans with the option to define throttling, request quota limits, and API key association. Another way you can restrict developers' access is the use of AWS Signature version 4 or Lambda authorizers for own bearer token. Altogether, because API Gateway offers different features with the 3 API types, it's a solution for many typical serverless workflows. With this understanding, you are ready for more insights. If you want to safely pass the exam, we recommend to also practice our real exams on Udemy. We wish you further insights with ABLEAD videos.